Is this something you like started to call people, or just kind of sit there and take it?
Yeah, all agree it's cool, but not everyone can say with the right to being a part of it. Especially that audit process. You go in and sit on audit where the whole team's never good with it. I don't know. Next year? They felt like through that process, there was like a lot of stuff. And some ex-sometimes better team to do that. With other ex-sometimes. So, that's some people felt like they got some good It's all part of the plan. So they have to have one more spot. Trading him, but didn't really realize it at the time. Just had a major regret about it. That's really the story.
Here in a few seconds, so if we can get everybody over to the podium, please. Welcome everyone to the Nathan Benderson Park. We're happy to be here today to conduct this press conference to talk a little bit about the lake and our partnerships. And I'd like to first lead off and give thanks to the Nathan Benderson Park Community Foundation that has given us a wonderful donation for our finished tower that's going to have a grand opening here in November of 2016. A very integral part to world-class rowing and many other different sports that will be conducted here at the lake. And we designed this lake well years back, started all in 2006. We had a vision. Randy Benderson and his team said, hey, it was an opportunity. What do you think? How can we make something special about this park? And they always believed in community service, a place for fitness and health, and it's turned so much more than the original dream that Nathan Benderson once had when he said, hey, let's build a friendly park for our people here in Sarasota. And from a gravel pit to what it is today, to host the Olympic trials is absolutely amazing. And we got there through our partnership, and we would not be at this point if it wasn't for the partnership that we have today. Again, the Nathan Benderson Park Community Foundation, have to give thanks to the Benderson family and their support of this park. Our Senka board, which we have several board members here today. I have my board chair, Bill Robinson, Dr. Joanne Fava, and also Curtis Jordan. We want to say thank you for your support in getting this park to where we are now today. That partnership also includes Manatee County Visitors Bureau, where we have teamed up together to help deliver something great. It takes a team to deliver something great as this, along with the Sarasota County Visitors Bureau. And we want to give thanks to the Hall of Fame and the Olympic athletes that are here today. And what's near and dear to my heart are the Senka staff. Sarah Kupiak that runs around with 3 radios in her ear, and Bob Whitford, and Zach, and Melissa, Jessica, the whole team, the Senka team. Thank you, Nicole. I just want to say thank you to all your hard work to help get this here. We're really excited to have you. I have the honor to introduce a major partner of ours. It's basically, Senka operates the park, but Sarasota County owns this lake. This is a public resource. And with our partnership with Sarasota County and the Parks and Rec, basically creates an incredible venue to put on these type of events. And Carolyn Brown, over to my left, has been involved in this park since its inception, coming out here and helping us run these events and regattas early on back in 2009 and 2010. And now she's elevated herself up, and now we have a direct partnership. And Carolyn, I just want to say thank you very much, and if you could please come up and say a few words. Thank you.
Well, thank you and good afternoon. On behalf of Sarasota County, I would like to welcome the athletes, their families and friends, as well as the Hall of Famers, the Sarasota County and Nathan Benderson Park. Just a few short years ago, this site was a borrow pit, and today it's a beautiful community park and a world-class sporting venue. And it is amazing to think how far this park has come in such a short period of time. It wouldn't have been possible without the support of the entire community uniting around a shared vision. And today, the park's potential is realized with the Olympic trials taking place right here in our beautiful park in Sarasota County. Having such a high-profile event will only strengthen our reputation as a sports tourism destination, and hosting the Olympic trials puts us on the map as a premier location for athletic competition. Sarasota County is honored to host this prestigious event in one of our most amazing county parks, and we are proud to share this community asset. Congratulations to everyone involved in bringing this event to Nathan Benderson Park. Good luck to all of the competitors, and again, welcome to Sarasota County.
I'd like to introduce next Glenn Mary. I went out to see Glenn years ago and said, hey Glenn, we got this idea, and how can we partner with you, because we're building a rowing facility, and how can we bring it up to the levels that we are now today. And I would tell you that U.S. Rowing has been an integral part of our success. From all the great events, the national events, the regional events that we have had here, our partnership with FISA, the World Rowing Championships, the World Masters, and the future is bright. And we just want to say thank you for Glenn's leadership to team up with us and bring a great venue. And Glenn, if you have a few words for us.
Well, first I'd like to apologize. I did wear shorts, but I don't have a tan yet because I'm not a Floridian. I just come in from time to time. This has become almost a second home to U.S. Rowing. The community support through Manatee and Sarasota counties has been tremendous. The corporate support the leadership and support from the state of Florida to make this project a reality. It really transforms the playing field for our athletes nationwide. And today, you can see a window into the future for this venue. Olympic trials are the pinnacle for our athlete pool. The very top competitors in our sport are here this weekend to go on to represent the United States in Rio Games coming up in August. There'll be some great competition here. There'll be some fierce fighting on the water, and what better place to do that than here in Sarasota at Benderson Park. I've been coming down here for half a dozen years now. I've been part of the FISA bid to bring the World Championships here next year, and with each visit that I come down, we get steps closer to that mark in time when we host the rest of the world to this world-class venue. We couldn't do it without the partners that we have here. We couldn't do it without the community support of all the volunteers that are here. And U.S. rowing as a whole exists because of our members. We have 85,000 competitors in the United States that row on any given day. This site in Florida is the home to the Florida Scholastic Championships, the Sweet Rowing Championships. We host the Southeast Regionals here. This is a growth destination for rowing. Florida has seen a 500% increase in high school rowing in the past decade. It's an amazing story about a sport that doesn't have high injury rates, it doesn't have concussions. It's an inclusive environment where people can come together and be part of a lifestyle, be part of a team, be part of a family and a tribe that they can then enjoy on through the rest of their lives. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have my friends from the National Rowing Foundation who provide the much needed support for our athletes. I'm happy to be here at the showcase event from our other huge financial partners at the U.S. Olympic Committee. I want to say thank you again to the community. We look forward to all of you coming down, celebrating, and being part of this great spectacle competition of the Olympic trials this year in Sarasota. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Charles Hamlin. He's the Executive Director of the National Rowing Foundation. Basically, we're trying to team up with these guys to hopefully eventually bring the Hall of Fame down to this venue. And we have the induction that's going to occur tomorrow night. This is another great partner to the success of this venue.
Thanks, Paul. Very much appreciate the kind words. I grew up and started rowing on the Charles River, and I rowed a lot on the Schuylkill. You know, and I thought the center of gravity of rowing was somewhere between those two rivers. Well, having come down here and seen this course, and comparing it to the multiple courses we've had an opportunity to row on in Europe, you've really done an incredible job here. And the future of this course just is spectacular. It couldn't be better. It's a fair course. It's a course that all of us would be privileged to row on. As Paul said, I'm the Executive Director of the National Rowing Foundation, which is a sister organization to U.S. Rowing. We're the guys, we're also celebrating not only the Hall of Fame here, but we're also celebrating 50 years of helping to fund our international teams. It's been a great privilege to do that over the years, since starting in 1966 with two guys who raised $30,000 to send our teams to Europe. Last year we raised $2.4 million to send our teams to Europe, and this year we'll even do better than that. It's a real pleasure to be a part of that overall effort. The second celebration, of course, is the Hall of Fame. And over those 50 years, we've managed the Hall of Fame and all of the inductions of some of the great athletes that have represented the U.S. at the World Championships and the Olympics. And this year is no exception. Tomorrow night, we will induct 6 crews comprising 24 outstanding athletes and 2 patrons of the sport. Patrons being those people who, over their years of devotion and commitment to the sport, have provided so much energy and so much goodwill that has enabled our sport to go forward. 3 of those inductees are here today, and I'd like to introduce them to you. So if you haven't had a chance to meet these 3 individuals, I encourage you to do so, because they represent, as well as they represent the people we'll induct, who truly are the very best of American rowing. First, there's Anita DeFrance, who is an Olympian, a bronze medalist in 1976, 7 times national team member, and also a silver medalist from 1978. She's here, and if you wave, Anita. Anita goes beyond being an athlete. She's also a great patron of the sport by virtue of being a longtime member of the International Olympic Committee, where she has done a terrific job in bringing our sport forward. Carol Brown is here, 3-time Olympian, 10 times on the national team, and also a bronze medalist. And finally, Lynn Sullivan is here. She too is Olympian and a bronze medalist. A great coxswain from 1976 team, and they all three participated in that team in 1976, the first women's 8 to represent the United States. So we look forward to tomorrow. We look forward to the racing. We're so pleased to be here in the Nathan Benderson Park and to be a part of this grand effort at the Olympic Trials. Thank you very much.
Before I make my last introduction, I look across the audience and I see members that helped us get here. They were actually part of our original rock committee back in 2009. They're right over here, and their son is basically a symbol of this course. When Hunter started rowing out here in 2009 for the first race, this place was a young, scraggly, in high school course in itself. But we had a vision that we could be so much more, as the vision that he has had now, becoming an Olympian himself. So I just want to say thank you, Hunter. Basically who we are and your path, where you come from and where you go now today. We're with you, and we wish you luck in the future Olympics. Finally, I'd like to introduce a gentleman. Not only is he one of my board members, he's also the U.S. Rowing Director of High Performance. Works really well with our organization to help and guide SECA to greatness, such as the Olympic trials. And I want to say thank you very much for Curtis and your support, and hope you have some great things to say so far with the racing.
First, welcome to the Olympic and Paralympic trials, and it's a big moment for us in rowing, and I know it's going to be a big moment for Nathan Benderson Park and the Sarasota Braden communities. I think the operative word that I've heard everybody talk about is partnership, and this event wouldn't have happened without a great partnership between SANCA, U.S. Rowing, the National Rowing Foundation, and especially the United States Olympic Committee. It's not easy putting on a production like this, putting on an event that is of this quality, and everybody has been working extremely hard over the last year to make this happen. I think we were really happy with this morning's event and how it went down, and we're really pleased with the racing. For everybody's kind of edification or information, we are selecting 7 boats here for at this regatta. There are 14 different boats on the Olympic level. There's 7 boats we're selecting here on the Olympic level and 2 Paralympic boats. On the Olympic side, we're selecting the men's quad, which actually raced on Tuesday, and that boat was selected, and those athletes have moved on and started their preparation for the selection regatta later in May. On Sunday, we will select the men's and women's single, the men's single, and the women's single. All of these athletes have trained multiple years, if not multiple Olympiads for this event. And for them, this is their pinnacle, this is their opportunity to either be an Olympian again or be an Olympian for the first time. So it's a highly competitive, highly emotional time for all of us here. One of the things that we are especially excited about bringing the regatta here to Sarasota has allowed us to attract sponsors that have helped us with the athletes and have provided prize money so that we can award these athletes with some money that will help them either pay for past expenses or hopefully for the winners help them fund their effort going into Rio. And I'd be amiss not to mention some of these sponsors. On the Paralympic side, Resolute Racing Shells has been extremely helpful with providing sponsorship on the Olympic side. Venison Development Corporation, the NRF, John Chatsky, the Taft family, and Rick Grosbeck from the Celtics have all seen what these athletes are doing, and they want to be part of helping them to get to Rio. So thanks to the Bradenton and Sarasota communities. You guys have been great. We look forward to 2 more days of awesome racing.
That concludes our program for today. The speakers and Hall of Fame inductees, and we have a few athletes here that are available for interviews. Thank you.